Yo, it's turning out to look really good. What's up, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're continuing on with the Duster. We're gonna put in the drive shaft. That turns out to be a challenge. Alternator goes on, pulleys go on, water pump goes on, everything goes on. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so don't be like me, don't be stupid. So here we got a drive shaft, right? I should have cleaned it, should have painted it, but whatever. This kind of goes with the build. We throw really bad parts on really nice parts. So here we have our billet Mosier yoke and our dusty old drive shaft. One of the things that I did was before I put the U-joint in, I greased it. Little known fact about me, here before, I'm gonna say like 2 weeks ago, I have never greased a fitting ever. This car's got brand new front suspension on it, had like 50 miles on it. I never greased them after I put them on. So I finally started doing the right thing. I grease the U-joint before I put it in. Now, if you've done this before, you're probably laughing, rolling. So I greased it, and then I don't know if you can see it, but where the U-joint goes, somewhere right around there, you'll notice that there's a little lip that the U-joint's got to fit in, like right there. U-joint, that cap has got to fit inside that little lip. It was like a 1/4 inch too big because I greased it. So we had to bust out the handy dandy little C-vise. I forget what those things are called. Yeah, little C thing, whatever. And then squeeze it to ever loving death until I almost broke it. Almost broke the this part with the wrench trying to tighten it, and I finally got it in. So, moral of the story: don't be like me. Don't be an idiot. Alright, so yesterday I was working on the car, and I didn't record anything. I'm still 2 weeks after surgery. Man, I'm still hurting. But, you know, we're making progress. Any kind of progress is good progress. So, we got our water pump and this pulley, y'all. This pulley took me like 4 hours to put on. So if you look in there, you'll notice that it's sitting on like a centric ring. Well, if you also look at all that red anodizing, it's all gone. So, it didn't quite fit. This here is a DMI. It's the Pro Series Pulley. These things are super hard to find, like super hard. There's like no spacing in them, so keeps everything nice and close to the crank, which we like. So I paid like $90 for this pulley, and you know, it wouldn't fit. So we had went and got some Dremel stones, and we took a Dremel to it and got it to fit. So it's real nice, close to the crank. Now that's a Professional Products harmonic balancer. My dad's got that exact same pulley. Once he ordered his and he showed it to me, I immediately ordered this one. Like I said, it's 90 bucks. Good luck finding them. We got ours from a race shop in New York. I don't remember the name of the shop because this was literally the last pulley. My dad bought the second to last, that's the last. So his ATI balancer, it bolted right up. Mine did not. Like I said, I got the Professional Products. And then we got our old school Moroso water pump. Hopefully it works good. I don't know. We'll see. So all we did was, it's supposed to go to those bottom 2 bolts, but because of the motor plate, we went to the top 2. So I'm going to get some grade 5 studs. Now those are good to, I think, like 160,000 square inch pounds or something. I don't know. Something crazy. More than what we need. So grade 5 studs. That's actually just one big stud cut in half. So we ran it all the way down till it bottomed out. We put a nut up to the water pump to keep it sucked in, because, you know, spacer, and then I got all the RTV, and then another nut to kind of line it, and then a nut to secure it. So that should work. Since this is a street car, I don't know if it's going to keep the car cool enough. It works for my dad's satellite, which you can see, like, I don't know, 15 videos back. That car's got the same thing on it, and it works fine on the street. It gets about 200, not really anymore. But we need an electric pump to, after you make a pass, you come back, you need to cool the car down. So turn the motor off, leave the pump and the radiator fan running, and it'll cool the car off. Next, I think we're gonna take a break because it's hot down here in Georgia, but then I'm gonna come back out. This is a fuel line. It's just a 1/2 inch. I think this is Summit brand or something. Anyway, we're gonna take all this off up here because now we have the fender well headers that go down there. So we're gonna put it on the inside of the frame. We're gonna run it up here, and then we'll probably come in front of the motor plate. I don't know, either that or we can't really come back here because everything, the headers sit essentially right here where my hand is. Trying to think of the cleanest way to do it. I guess probably up the front of the motor, or we'll go in front of the motor plate under the distributor, and then we'll set our regulator like right here, and then all we'll have to do is build, you know, our 6 AM lines to go from like here to there, and then from there to there. So I think our alternator's got to go here, and then our cool's got to go over here too, so I can't set the regulator right here. So I think that we're just gonna free float it. The last one was literally sitting like this and then floating, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Oh man, look at it. So what we did was so this here is the Summit 140 amp alternator. That's a ICT billet bracket for a small block Chevy. Now, due to our room constraints, can't put anything on this side because the oil filter is right there. So that's the only way the alternator can go. Yes, I know the way it's set up, I cannot use that to tighten the belt. Fully understand that. I know this is the third setup, almost identical, that's been on this. So what happens, right? You see, we had to work on our belt alignment. It is perfect. We used the string, we used the flat edge. We made sure that everything works. So, we had to cut an aluminum spacer right there. That lug right there is threaded. The other one's not. See, that's the big one. It's just like a GM one-wire alternator. So we cut our aluminum spacer there. Make sure we got our belt alignment there to there, so we're good. And then we just ran a bolt in through the back. For this one, last time I had this set up, I just stuck a bolt through the K member because the motor is on a engine plate, so everything's solid mounted, cannot move. The only thing that still has a rubber trans mount because it is solid mounted up here. Right, so you want to have, this is going to flex a little bit. If this had a mid plate, then the trans would be solid mounted. But since it don't have a mid plate, you get what I'm saying. Alright, so we got this adjuster here, and it's not really adjusting. All we're doing is making sure that it holds steady. And I mean, it ain't going nowhere. So I like it. Oh, side note, I was cutting the aluminum, and can't really see it yet, but I got a big old nice blister coming right there. I was cutting that spacer. As soon as I'm an idiot, as soon as I was done, I grabbed it. But yeah, that's, you know, it took a long time. So the last 20% of the build takes 80% of the time. You know, I'm trying to get to these weekly uploads. However, I'm starting to feel better. Had surgery 2 weeks ago on my shoulder. I'm able to just barely move it. So, working on what I can. It took us 2 days to mount the water pump, the crank pulley, the alternator, and the drive shaft. Now, remember on the drive shaft, I filled it with grease before I put it in. Don't do that. Put it in, then fill it with grease. I was looking and it was very, very tight. So I was like, well, I might as well fill it up with grease beforehand. That was stupid. So all I did was I used the C-clamp, compressed the caps as much as I possibly could, got a wrench on there and tightened it way, way down. Learn from my mistakes. Another addition I did off camera, I don't know if I showed y'all, was this, I took off that 1 inch spacer off the intake. Another thing, man, this intake's brand new. Y'all seen me pull it out the box. It's already starting to look rough. But anyway, this is the Amazon special right here. All we gotta do is loosen this back up, turn that, and then slide this bad boy back. But it looks real funny on here. It's like gigantic. So this was a Spectre cable, or a Mr. Gasket. It was some sort of, cheap cable. We got a low car on the way. We got a diff cover, just a chrome Dana, not a. We don't have a girdle coming yet. When I got some more funds, maybe. But we got to get throttle back at, and then we should be good. But I know this video is all over the place. Film the intro and then turn off the camera and then film the outro. But what can you do? I wasn't planning on recording, but since I'm here, might as well, right? I appreciate all you guys for watching. We'll keep plugging away at this thing. I'm hoping to be making at least a couple passes this year. It's not going to be running next week or anything like that. I still got to buy like the entire wiring for the car. That stuff's expensive. Whenever you're doing your budget, you think of the motor, right? You find a really good deal on the motor. We got the motor and a converter and like some other stuff for like $3,300. And then I was just gonna get a trans and rebuild it, but it was $1,500 for a brand new trans with a warranty and all that. So we did that. And then this last little nickel and dime stuff will get you. It'll blow your budget clean out the water. So anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling. I appreciate all you guys for watching. You're the best. I love each and every one of you. We'll continue working. Get out there and work on your stuff. Peace.